Migrant Mayhem fans, we're back again for an evening show. Get ready for an awesome show, folks. Get ready for a show of a lifetime. Give you a quick update on Chicago. What's going on there? And the most secure border ever, says Kamala. That new iPhone coming out with illegal immigrant features. We could use a good flush, folks. Next slide. Yep, there you go. The world would be a better place with an awesome flush. Go figure. Go figure. All right, we're going to wait maybe just a minute, then we're going to be heading off with the show. Wow, there you go. What an ending. What an ending. Let's get going with the show. Enough of the music. I am DJ Wonder Chrissy. This is Migrant Mayhem, and we are going to talk first about, I got a lot of things I wanted to talk about. First, we're going to talk about some breaking news. Yeah, we always have breaking news. Yes, we do. Whoa, breaking news for sure. There you go. That was now I got to come up with some real news here, huh? Let's give you an update tomorrow. In case you've been hiding under a rock, there's a measles outbreak at least one or two of the shelters in the city of Chicago. And tomorrow starts the eviction process for people that have been in the shelters longer than 60 days. This is the third time. They've already extended it 2 or 3 times, and Brandon says he's not extending it anymore. He's more than happy for these people to leave the shelter and go out on their own, or stand in line for a new open slot, or hey, he'll give you tickets to go somewhere else for spring, right? Like Georgia, or back to Texas, or maybe you want to go to Denver and do some spring skiing or something. Yeah, that sounds like fun. So let's play an update on what's going on with the Chicago 60-day limit and how it's going to work out and what everyone thinks is going to happen. Here we go.
With the deadline looming for migrants to start being evicted from Chicago's shelters, Mayor Brandon Johnson is now saying it will be enforced with some exceptions. But there are still questions about how the process will work and where people will go. CBS 2's Matt about them.
Lots of unknowns, but we're going to find out tomorrow. It's as the rest of Chicago is celebrating St. Patty's Day.
Is live looking into that tonight. Matt.
Yeah, Erica, we could see an unknown number of migrants from city shelters ending up right here at the city's landing zone where they first arrived, only to have to wait their turn for shelter placement once again, because despite
the big circle of illegal immigrant life, newcomer, border buddy, whatever you want to call them.
Concerns raised by some alder people and activists, Mayor Brandon Johnson says he's moving forward with this eviction plan.
Among those facing evictions this Saturday at migrant shelters.
So there's a lot of confusion going on, a lot of panic and worry.
Because volunteer Lydia Wong says some of these new arrivals don't know where they will.
Tell Lydia she could take a couple home with her if she's so worried about this.
Go.
It's not been a well thought out or well executed policy. 60 days is not enough time to find housing.
Those 60-day notices given to migrants upon their arrival and placement at city shelters after postponing it.
I think they'd be able to find housing fine if they had some green cash in their hands and maybe a credit card or something. They didn't bring that with them? Seems like they're not prepared for what's ahead of them.
Eviction deadlines 3 times. Mayor Brandon Johnson said Wednesday he's moving forward.
We've had migrants in shelters since 2002. Again, that's not the design of the system that we are trying to hold up.
But because under federal law, new arrivals aren't eligible for a work permit until around 6 months after they've applied for asylum status, more than a dozen older people like Andre Vasquez are calling on the mayor to work with migrants on a case-by-case
These would be the progressive ward people.
basis.
80% of the population is not eligible for work permits. So you're seeing between now and the end of April, if this were to go forward, anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 people who can't get jobs and don't have rental assistance.
Right now, Catholic Charities of Chicago works with the city.
Here you go. Here's the major culprit in the whole thing. Catholic Charities has been bought out by the government. There you go. Don't give any money to Catholic Charities. Don't give any money to NGOs. That includes Salvation Army, Lutheran Charities, any other charity that is dealing with the resettlement of migrants. Stay away from it.
Beyond Resettlement, helping connect nearly 14,000 migrants to housing since August 2022, according to their data. But come Saturday, those who are facing evictions, who are not in the process of securing housing or fall under certain circumstances like medical ones, will have to vacate the shelters.
What I believe that'll lead to is an increase in homelessness and other social challenges we're still going to have to take on.
They can return to the loading zone. That's one place, or they can decide to move on.
Yeah, he'll buy you a bus or train ticket to nowhere if that's what you want.
You know, they don't necessarily have to remain within the structure that we're providing.
Catholic Charities also tells us they help reunite migrants with family members who may be living outside of Chicago, so that is also a housing option. Reporting live outside of the city's landing zone, Maribel Gonzalez, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Madam.
There you go. A big update from CBS. What do you guys think about that, huh? What do you think's gonna happen? The weather's, it's like 44 and cloudy and wet and rainy today here in Chicago. It may hit 50 tomorrow. I'm not sure what they're forecasting, but it's not going to be the best of weather. It is certainly not going to be camping weather. So there you go, folks. Not such a pretty sight for the migrants starting to come into the picture, but I think they've sucked on the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago bank account for long enough. So the other topic I wanted to talk about this evening was somewhat related, not really related. This morning I did a video and we talked about Dollar Tree and Family Dollar going to close 1,000. Let me say that again. 1,000 stores in the next 2 years, 600 stores this year, and their financials when they came out with them for the end of last year, just like a week ago or something, yeah, was it maybe earlier this week? Terrible, terrible, absolutely terrible. But as you read through all this stuff, and the mass media, they pick up on this story and everything, they fail to talk about the ramifications of this. Not only are there going to be 1,000 stores that the middle class and lower middle class like to shop at that are going to just disappear, how many jobs do you think are going to disappear along with those 1,000 stores, right? I would think each store employs at least 30 to 40 individuals. And those jobs are decent jobs, right? They're a good job. Let me state the obvious right now. Any job you have right now is a good job. We're all these numbers and facts and figures that our government gives us, they are nothing but hogwash. But you can take this number to the bank. We are going to see by the end of the year over 5% unemployment. I think now it's at like 3.9 or something like that. We are going to see over 5% unemployment by the end of this year. Companies are starting to lay off cut back, trim the fat, whatever you want to call it. Even going into the new year, I think like 40% of the Fortune 500 companies polled said they were going to be cutting back on resources and employees in 2024. So if you got a job, be thankful to God, pray to God, and your prayers will be answered. But that's not good enough, folks. What I'm here to talk to you about a little bit today is that you need to be ready to lose your job, because no one knows what lies ahead in 2024. No matter how good your job is, your employer may experience some negative events. They may want to cut back, and they may put your head on the chopping block and leave you without a job. So you need to have that mindset that you may lose your job in the next year or so. Okay, and I'm coming from. I mean, I lost my job in 2011 during the 2008 crisis, but I was lucky. I picked up another job pretty quickly because of my skill set, so I wasn't out of a job for very long. But in order for you guys to weather, I mean, I saw a lot of people 2008 Great Reset who it just turned their lives upside down. You need to have a nest egg, folks. You need to build that nest egg and have it available to you should anything go wrong. That's one thing you can do and be proactive about. While you still have a job, be building that nest egg big time, okay? Be building that food pantry big time. Pay off any debt that you can. Get current with your credit cards, right? Smart person uses their credit card and pays it off every month and doesn't give anybody any interest, okay? So, and if you got a lot on a credit card and you need to pay it off, start paying it off pronto. Get it down to zero. And the last thing you can do is just live within your means, right? Create a budget. Know how much you're taking in. Try to make sure what you're paying out is less than you're taking in. So that's just smart financial acumen there, okay? So those are the things you need to do. And I don't care how good your job is. Anyone can lose their job. I saw many people in 2008, 2011 lose their jobs. Some of them had to sell their home. Some of them ended up in an apartment. Some of them got divorced, which is even worse. Some of them went through some major financial despair. We talked just a couple of days ago here. I live on a street that had like 40, 45 homes. We saw multiple divorces. We saw 10 to 15 of the 45 homes that were up for sale in a matter of 2 years. You know, it was difficult for many people. It was difficult. We had one house here that the people walked away from, and it sat empty for 4 to 5 years, and pretty much had to be gutted and redone before anyone would touch it. But lot of sad stories occur when you encounter a recession, and I got a feeling that things are not going well during this time period here. And a recession is starting to happen, folks. We're already seeing it in the banking system. We're seeing the blue states, right? The sanctuary cities are spending money they don't have. We are headed towards a pension problem, folks. So get ready, get your finances in order. Have a plan, okay? That's the biggest thing. People fail to have a plan. And that's what you need. You need to have a plan and start executing on it, because if you don't have a plan, you don't have anything, okay? And I'll also tell you another old adage I have: money buys you options. Money is not the end of all, but it does buy you options. So work on that nest egg, because that's going to buy you options. If you don't have a nest egg, you're up the creek without a paddle. Have you ever had any relatives tell you that one, right? You're up a creek without a paddle. So there you go. There's the wisdom from DJ Wonder Chrissy. That's the migrant update from Chicago. We'll be back with you tomorrow, give you some more updates. Hope you're having a good day. Or actually, no, Saturday. Today's Thursday still. I thought we were on Friday. We're not on Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to start the weekend right tomorrow. And I bet you there's some people that are starting St. Patty's Day on Friday, too. They're going to start early. So anyway, DJ Wonder Chrissy from Migrant Mayhem, Land Cruiser Midwest. Like, share, and subscribe if you would. Help us with the algorithm. And we love you. And you know, it's all about breaking news, folks. Breaking news. It's all about breaking news. There you go. Come back for more breaking news. We're delivering it on a daily basis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Over and out. See ya.